Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. In today's incredibly interesting presentation, we'll be window shopping for guitars, possibly looking at some vintage Japanese instruments, and I'll also explain my thinking behind a guitar purchase. So I guess until maybe 6-7 years ago, until I started doing YouTube guitar reviews, I was like anybody else. If I was thinking of purchasing a guitar, it would be a guitar that I would use on stage, I would use in the studio or something like that. And the vast majority of guitars which I bought from going into a shop. I've gone and tried them. Because a lot of people comment on my videos, when I'm importing guitars, they will say, I probably wouldn't buy a guitar if I hadn't had the opportunity to try it out first. I might not like it when it arrives, and that can't happen. So I guess 6-7 years ago, I would go into a shop and try a guitar first. So then when I started doing YouTube reviews, I thought, I can't review the same guitar every week. So this is me justifying buying lots of guitars, which we all do. So I then had to think, well, there's going to be a big volume, a large volume of guitars coming in and having to go back out, because if I'm reviewing a different guitar every week, then I need to finance buying that one as well. I'm not a millionaire. I need to finance the next review from the guitar which I've just reviewed. So whenever I'm buying things, the bottom thing that I always think about is this financially worthwhile? And I don't mean that I'm going to make a huge profit, because I think if you import things and you're happy to leave them on places like Reverb or eBay or something like that, if you're happy to leave it for 6 months to a year to sell it, then I think you can command a higher price than if you need to sell it within like 3 or 4 weeks, which is what I tend to do. I get something, I do keep some of the guitars that I buy, I don't sell them all, but ones that I buy that I think will make an interesting video, I sometimes keep them. But a lot of stuff I buy, I'm buying to review, to make a video, to let people see what these guitars are like. And then once the video's done and I've had it a wee while and I've done like tutorials with it and I've used it in a few other videos other than the review, I will sell on. And I do sell a lot of stuff to like my friends. My friend Mike will, if he comments, will confirm that fact. I do sell a lot of stuff just on to my mates, just for what I bought it. So yeah, so there's a huge turnover of guitars that come in here. So every guitar I buy has to make financial sense. Very occasionally I will buy a new guitar simply because it's something that I really want. I got that Kurt Cobain Jaguar recently because I really wanted that. But generally speaking, if I'm buying a new guitar to keep, it has to be something that I really want, because the financial sense in that is I'm just going to lose money when I sell it anyway. I would prefer to buy something used, which I generally do, buy something used and then just sell it on, like at a small loss or whatever, something I can sell on quick, and then get another guitar in to make a review for the good folks who watch my channel. It's very much appreciated. Or if you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you could, and if not, just put a thumbs up, assuming you like this video. So let's look on the internet, let's look at some guitars. Now the Mosrite copy that I got maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, that was from my friend Ben, so I paid for that and he's paid me the money. That's the guitar's away to him and he's very, very happy with it. So I've got the money from that, and I've sold a few other things. I've actually sold quite a lot. Even sold one of my old melody makers, if you can believe that, because everything's for sale. So I'm going to allocate, I've put £400 in my Zenmarket account, because that is the one thing about Zenmarket. You have to deposit the money first. And it's not a credit system really. You deposit the money and then they will purchase the item on your behalf, but you do have to deposit the money. So I have deposited £400. I'm going to be looking at guitars between, I think, £275 and £375, because you do have to pay internal shipping in Japan. That could be anything up to maybe £20. So I think if I go from £275, that's like the lowest, up to £375, that will keep me under the £400. I will have to pay for international shipping thereafter, but that's for another day. That's for another video. So £275 to £375. I think that'll give me something half decent. Sometimes for that price I will buy 2 guitars, but on this particular occasion I think I'm going to look for something that I think I want to keep. Air quotes, I think I want to keep. I'm going to look at something that I'll probably find interesting, that I think will make a good video, and I think it'll be a good guitar. So that's today's video. We're going to look at some guitars on Zenmarket. I'll show you what I do, and I'll show you my thinking of when I'm looking at the guitar. So let's go on with it. So we get to the main Zenmarket page. We go to Y Auctions. Click on that. And then we go down to, what do we go down to? We go to Culture and Hobbies. I'm very cultural. Culture and Hobbies. Musical Instruments, Tools and Materials. Now my laptop's already making a lot of noise. I need to get a new laptop, never mind a new guitar. And then we go to Guitar on the left hand side here. Or you could go for bass if that's what you're looking for. Or xylophone if that's your bag. Bagpipes if that's your bag. Electric guitar. And we want to go to body. As I always say, we're shopping for bodies on the internet. Be careful. So what we'll do is we'll go for minimum. I've already been in here. I have a few things on my watch list. 275 to 375. Now I'm going to go for used. I'm not looking for anything new. So we want to go to apply. And it will bring back thousands of guitars. It's exciting, eh? I'm just drinking water today to keep lubricated. Keep hydrated anyway. When I'm looking at guitars, here's my advice here. When you're looking at guitars initially, is to keep hydrated, stay off alcohol, and have a look through them sensibly and add them to your watch list. And then later on in the week, what I tend to find is that if I have a couple of beers, maybe two, you don't want to go crazy here, a couple of beers tends to take the edge off, and you can make a much more informed decision with alcohol. I've found that over almost 58 years of life, not all of it imbibing alcohol, but I found that you tend to make more informed decisions after a skinful. So we want to go to sort by. Let's sort by high to low. So I'll try and keep this video a reasonable length. I could be here for hours looking at guitars, but I'll try and keep it to a reasonable length. Because I've already added some things to my watch list. So here's my thinking. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm quite quick at this. Schecter not Fender Jaguar. I think that's one of the player Jaguars, which you can pick up here second hand in the UK. I saw one even in a shop the other day for about £500. So Zenmarket, when you have to pay 25% import duty in the UK anyway, and that's on top of the cost of the item and the cost of international shipping. So if you buy like a £300 guitar and it costs £100 shipping, then that £300 guitar soon becomes a £500 guitar. So you have to do the mental arithmetic pretty quick. So that doesn't make any sense. A Fender Japan Stratocaster 386 and ST57. I don't know, today I might be in the mood for a red guitar or a blue guitar. I mean, I don't know if you ever get like that. Please do let me know in the comments. Sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you just have this, I need to buy a blue guitar, or I need to buy a red guitar, or whatever I call red guitar. 67,000 yen, 351. Now I get these shipped Surface, which costs about, I guess, £40 per guitar. So that would take this up to almost 400. So you're looking at a £500 instrument by the time it comes to me. How much do these go for on eBay in the UK? That's maybe a £500 guitar to sell. So that could be a break even for me. But then the other side of this is, do I think it would make a good video review? Because I guess I wouldn't keep this one. Would that make for me, I don't think that would make a good video review, but it's a decent price. It's like a decent guitar as well. I'm a big fan of Fender Japan instruments. They're really high quality instruments. Epiphone and Edwards. Ah, they're nice. The ELP125SD. So it's got Seymour Duncan pickups. QM stands for quilt, maple top. These are nice guitars. I owned one of the sort of tobacco sunburst ones. And the fact you get them with like Seymour Duncans in stock, if that's your thing, good, great guitars. Comes with the ESP case. That's nice. Now, how much is that? 348. So you need to bid on that. So I tend to stick to things that are just like fixed price, buy now, because you could end up in a bidding war. You know, you could have too many beers, and you really want a blue guitar, and you know there's some guy in, I don't know, let's say Germany for example, or France, wherever it may be, they want a blue guitar as well at exactly the same time as you do, and they've had too many beers. You know, it could go tragically wrong. You could end up financing the third world debt just to get a blue guitar. So I'm not going to add that one to my watch list. So I'll quickly flick through these. The Fernandez, I owned one of these maybe about 10 years ago or something. I found the neck quite slim for me, but it was a nice guitar. And this comes with a trem as well. The TEJ Fernandez trem. Nice guitars. A few dings around the back. How much is that? 382. So again, £40. Yeah, that's way too much. Way too much for me. So we'll try and flick through these quickly. I've had this on my watch list at various points over the last year, this Yamaha STH 100R. It says Sunburst, Blue Sunburst. Quite like the look of that. With the lock and trem and fine tuners. 346. Nah, it's blue, but I don't think I want it today. What was that? Epiphone Firebird. I like the look of these. The EG650Ns from Greco, like a natural Les Paul with a maple neck. But I think these are bolt-on necks. In fact, no, this is one of the higher ones. This looks like it's not a bolt-on neck. So these are pretty early, like these sort of 73, 74 or something. Set necks. Had the tuners changed? I like the look of that. It's different. It's certainly different. It's jazz pickups. It looks like one of the. Is this like one of the hollow tops, where like the top is almost kind of bent over, and I'm not entirely sure with that. Yeah, it does look a bit like a block construction. 65,000 yen when they were released. What is it? 471. Oh, that's way too much. That's way too much, Dunsy. So yeah, what it's doing is picking up what is for sale at, and I've put that like a 375. The problem is it's picking things up which are currently like 375, but you can pay 471 if you want to buy it immediately. So I'll go down this quickly and try and get something a little bit cheaper. Yeah. So I've got this one on my watch list already, the EG79 374, but I think that's going to be. No, I'm going to look at that. Because I do like Greco guitars. So this is 79. So in this era, if it's like a 500 standard, so it's January 79, you're looking for like a centre seam, because a lot of these had like a sycamore top, the 500s and below, a sycamore top bent over, an almost semi-hollow body. Seymour Duncan bridge pickup comes with the case. But staining on the fretboard there. A few dents and dings. 340. That's not bad. So that's on my watch list already. Keeping an eye on that one. So yes, I always think, if I'm shopping on Zenmarket, Japan or Yahoo Japan, I would probably want to buy like a Japanese guitar. So Yamaha SGs, I do like my Yamaha SGs. I had a 500 and I've currently got my SG 1000 from 1979. It's been blocked by CITES, but I think you can unblock, send a request to Zenmarket and they will unblock it. I've not had any issues with that. 371 and SG 800S for Sunburst. Oh, the damage on it looks okay in the front, the damage on the back, standard. I don't know enough about Yamaha serial numbers to even make an educated guess at what year this is. So if I wasn't making this video, I would go away and do a bit of research, because a big part of this is, I find the enjoyment as you're looking at things that you don't know about. So you're having to go away and do research. You know, you've got about 10 windows open saying, oh, what's Yamaha serial numbers? What are the specs of an SG 800S? What year's this from? So a lot of these Yamaha instruments have like a cloudy finish, and I think it's, from what I'm read, I think it's something to do with the paint hadn't dried, or there was moisture caught underneath the lacquer when it was applied to the top, so like they've got a cloudy finish, and there's nothing you can do about it other than like take all the lacquer off and then try and redo it. So that looks okay. That might be in my watch list already. I'll maybe add it just in case. Just in case. What else have we got? Fender. So there's a lot of Strats. I'm not really a Strat guy, ask my friend John. Well, there's a funny looking instrument there. The Alfie something. A very pointy, you'd have someone's eye out with that if you're using that on stage. So here's another thing that's in my watch list, the Yamaha SL 700S Studio Lord. Now I've read these are pretty good guitars. There'll be a solid top. Not a lot of flame, but a solid top. I like how the neck's kind of bursted as well. It's a good condition too. Again, I don't know enough about the serial numbers to make a guess at what year it's from. Let's see what it says. Yamaha hole under the body top control knob. Now this is all generated, auto-generated from Japanese, but I expect this translation to English from Japanese is probably even better than my translation to English from my native Scottish. So there will be some wrong words, but you get the gist. You get the gist of what it's about. So that is 366. I have to bid on it. So the 700 is sort of mid-table for the SLs, the Studio Lords. That looks okay. 366. So that'd be shipping 400, £500 guitar. I think you probably get £500 on eBay for that. I guess the thing is you need to factor in eBay fees. But then if it's a Yamaha, my friend Mike loves Yamaha guitars, and he knows a lot of people who like Yamaha guitars. So if I got that for 500, he may be able to source a buyer, a purchaser, for maybe 450, £500. So that one would make reasonable financial sense, I think. Unless I wanted to keep it. I don't know. It's on my watch list. So that's one to keep an eye on. So yeah, I mean, you could, you know, if you wanted a Greco, or you wanted something very specific, you would go down here on the left hand side and have a look at Greco. Oh, Greco. I've got one of these. The Greco's, the mate is GZ 2600 IF. £990, 68 pence. And it's an auction as well. So I mean, that could go up to, if a couple of people bid on that, like maybe £1,100. So you've got an £1,100 guitar, and then by the time you get it here, and then pay 25%, that's an expensive guitar. If you were looking for one of these, I'd probably sell you mine for less than that. So a Greco APW 500, I've owned one of these, it was nice. I think I did a couple of Joe Perry covers on it, because it was like in open A tuning. Oh, it's pretty beat up. The one I had wasn't as beat up, and I sold it for, oh my goodness, what? £96.97. What did I sell it for? I sold it for 425, or maybe 450. On eBay minus fees ends up being about 375. So there's 17 bids, and it's got 4.5 hours. Nah. Too much of a risk. I'm risk adverse. So this will be the last one that I'll look at, just going through them, and then we'll go to what's already in my watch list, and we'll maybe list a top 3, and you can put in the comments which one you think I bought, because I'm going to buy one today. I've made my mind up here. I'm only drinking water at the moment. I'm only staying hydrated. I'm not had any beer, but I want to buy something today because I'm making a video. I won't tell you what it is. So this is the last one to look at. So this is Dry Z Super Rare for confirmation. So Dry Z pickups are like, I've never tried them. I've only seen a couple of videos, but they are unbelievably expensive. That was a cat. Unbelievably expensive. Yeah, people say they sound like original PFs. I don't have any experience with them, so I can't confirm or deny that. So this item has been blocked by our system. This will be what, a Greco, I don't know, EGF or EG 1800 or something like that. So this will be a really nice guitar from 1980, I expect. Super real. In my opinion, of the Japanese guitars I've played, the Greco Super Reals, and I've only owned up to like the 850, which I think is like the bottom one, are just fantastic guitars. With Dry Zs, man. So that is a super rare guitar. Get a top on that as well. It's banned by Recipe, so I better not bid on this anyway. But there you go. So this is 1 million yen. 1 million yen. Not £1,000,000. I mean, it's merely £5,241. 47p. So what does it say? Thank you for visiting. Condition of the guitar, neck is straight. So it's got Dry Zs. I don't know enough about the high-end ones. Which ones came with Dry Zs? Probably. Again, I would go away and do some research on this. Not that I would ever think about buying something at this price, because remember, you're putting 25% on the top of this as well. But that is a beautiful guitar, maybe an EGF. I'm guessing here, so please don't criticise if I get this wrong. An 1800, EGF 1800 or something. Nice. Expensive. So let's go look at the items I already have in my watch list. So here are the items that I've placed in my watch list, maybe over the last couple of weeks. I like to take my time. I'm not in a rush to get these guitars. I've got plenty of guitars here. So these are all, I think, maybe 275 to 375, maybe some cheaper. See, I'm just going to get one today, I think. Don't want to be greedy. I'll leave guitars for other people. So I like the look of this. I'm not a Strat guy. The Fernandez LD85 KK. It's not a KK Downing guitar. It's gold sparkle finish, I think. Oh, look at that. It's had the pickups upgraded to, I think, American Fender pickups. So I like that. The Love Driver. Me, in my late 50s. The Love Driver. I like the look of that. 59 minutes, £393. So we're talking over 500 by the time I get that. Could I sell a Fernandez LD85 KK on eBay for $550? I think I'd be cutting it fine. Tight margins on that one, so I don't know. It's in my watch list. We'll look to the Yamaha. We'll look to the SG700. And here we go. I must have been thinking I need a blue guitar over the last 2 weeks as well. I'd like a blue guitar. Let's see. My internet's going slow, so I'll just sit and watch this. There we go. With a humbucker switch, 335 So they'll take up to say £15 to get it delivered Japan, so that'll be 350 plus 50, err on the side of caution, 50, 400 to get it here, 500. History. Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of these ones I may break even, but I may keep it. The problem I have with this is a wee funny bit at the end of the headstock. Call me crazy. I like the contours on the back there. Call me crazy, but I don't like that bit on the back. So that's the History HTL PRB. Let's look at the next one. So let's look through these. So blue, Cool Z, that was the name of the other Les Paul that I had. Really, really nice guitars, but difficult to get your money back. 260. I could be like Bob Mould, but with a rosewood neck. A rosewood fingerboard, sorry. I don't think Bob Mould has a rosewood neck. Cool Z. Is that like Lake Placid Blue? Nice guitar, nice guitar. Studio Award, the Aria CS400. My friend David really likes these guitars, he has one. 262, that's a good price as well. I think this one's had some modifications. An Aria CS400, I think these are fixed neck guitars. Grover tuners, comes in a case. Coil taps or phase switches as well. Quite a high spec guitar. And here's another one, the History. I love the look of this, a white Les Paul, it's like Alpine White. Is that the colour that Gibson call it? Alpine White. History with Dignity circle fretting system. It's nothing better than a white Les Paul, eh? I like that. It doesn't look like it's ever had a pickguard attached either. So I like that one. A few dings on the headstock, how much is it? What, £54? The last time I watched this it was fixed price. What else do I want? Here's another one I've had on my watch list forever. An Aria LS500D. DiMarzio pickups, £304, man. That's a great price for one of these guitars. I thought my camera wasn't focusing there. £304. So that'd be £350, 25%. Nah, I can't work that out, but now £80 or something. £350. £420, let's say. £420. That's a great Les Paul for £420. So here's another one. A Yamaha SG500 mod. 286.91 buyout. Now this has got, I think, a 10% surcharge. I forgot to mention that if you're buying from a shop, it's 10% VAT. I bought from this store before, SSOL store. Now this is a shopping type listing. I think they will go and buy it for you, and then so Zenmarket are buying it from them, and I think they're buying it from someone else. That was pretty cool. So it's a 1977 SG500 in red. Mod. Now it looks like the mod is that middle pickup. Pretty cool that, I've got to say. £286.91. So that would come in at, I think, a very, very maximum £480 or something. Or there's 10% surcharge, maybe £500. That could be a break-evener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you pictures of 5 guitars, decided 5 guitars. 5 guitars which I am considering, 5 guitars which I think would make an interesting video, and would be like at very least a break even for me. I'd get it, I'd do the video and do a few sort of covers with it and stuff like that, because people like to see different guitars, you know, like Japanese things you don't really see that much, well, outside of Japan anyway. I think people are quite interested in videos of especially older Japanese instruments, and even newer ones like the Edwards and the Cools, whatever it is, guitars. So I'd do a few videos with it, and then if I wasn't keeping it, if my mate Mike didn't want it, who does tend to buy a lot of my stuff, I'd maybe try and sell it to one of my friends, or if the worst came to the worst, eBay, not a great time to be selling stuff on eBay, or maybe wait until I've got 3 or 4 of them and then take them into Guitar and trade for another used instrument. So yes, so the next part of the video will just be 5 pictures with a description of what the guitar is, and let me know in the comments which one you think I bought. As ever folks, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.